I'm Philip Rodney Rushing. This is Old Main. This is the first major school on this mountain that where we all came together. Back in 1942, a bunch of these small schools are consolidated. Rushing and Fox originally, and eventually Turkey Creek and Parma and Buddy Finch and Matty Creek and Arlberg and so forth. The war was on, as you know, during that time, and no gas, couldn't get materials. So we had one school bus, Chevrolet with a factory wood bus body on it with parallel seats, and they transported first through the fourth grade to Rushing and the fourth through ninth at Fox. That went on until 1945 when they finally got materials to build this building. The beginning of the 1945-46 school year, I was in the 8th grade here, and the windows were not in. The building was pretty much complete by October 45, but they got the windows in sometime after we started school. And that was one of the biggest days for everybody. We'd been in one-room schools. My goodness, look at a big building with 4 big rooms, a principal's office, a library, and a stage, and it was just awesome. We just couldn't believe it. But the first day started, they had 4 teachers, I think, 4 or 5 teachers, Mr. and Ms. Allred, Mr. and Mrs. Kermit Hinesley, and Pauline Tyser. And anyway, we showed up here the first day of school, sometime 1st of October, and there were so many kids around here we didn't know. We didn't have gas to travel back in those days. It was a super day. I mean, it was one like we'd never seen before. Our first superintendent of school here was a lady. Her name was Frances Allred, and she was fully certified, and that was a little bit unusual in that day to have a lady superintendent. I guess the origin of discipline probably started that year, because Kermit Hinesley and Allred were very strict, and that's pretty much carried on to this day, I think, in this. But we'd all been in one-room schools, except up at Fox they finally divided it into 2 rooms, and they taught to the 9th grade. So when we came here and started in Old Main, they include the 10th grade. Therefore, the first graduating class would be in 1949. 1948, at the start of school, we started having a basketball team. PTA bought uniforms for all the teams, and by the next year we won the county tournament. So we won it in 50 and 51, still playing on the dirt floor court in 1950. No gym. This building, Charlie Ivy was the contractor on this building, supervised the building. Then in 1953, the Ramsey brothers did the rock veneer here and did a real nice job on that. Johnny and Howard.
Okay, my name is Debbie Coker, and I went to school here at Rural Special, and I'm standing at the south entrance of Old Main. I am currently the school counselor here at Rural Special. This is my office where I counsel students, talk to parents, whatever. But originally, I went to school here. This was my high school. And later on, I had 2 sons, married, had 2 sons, and they used this for their elementary for part of the time until the newer buildings were built.
This is the first permanent building that we built after building Old Main. And it was a high school building, and then it was built sometime 76 or 7 along in there. This school bell here came from Skyland School District up north of Fox. They donated it to the school. Then somewhere near 1980 and that area, we built a cafeteria, library, and a large stage in the high school building over here. And then some few years later, we built the elementary building here, and it was a well-constructed building. And we also put a tornado shelter in the basement down there, a large area that would handle the whole school.
This is the new elementary school. It was built in 1984. And I was teaching the 6th grade at that time in this old Maine. And the day that we moved in was such an exciting day for the teachers and the kids. 6th graders, each one moved their own desk and their own books from the old building down to the new building. And that was a very exciting day. This is the elementary playground. Kids had a lot of fun out here, and teachers froze a lot in the wintertime. It's a very cold place in the wintertime.
This is a special ed building down here that we constructed sometime after the construction of the elementary building, and it has 2 major rooms in it with some office spaces and some other things that take care of all of our special ed needs. In 1948, we built a new ag building in this area here with materials that we got from Camp Robinson after the war was over, and the veterans classes and the high school boys and ag shop built the building. And it was pretty nice shop. Had a big classroom and a big upstairs area to store things. And finally it was taken out a few years ago. This area now is used for bus loading of students. Before we built the old gym, we had 2 basketball courts running end to end from Old Main down there, nice smooth area. We raked off and we played inter-school games on these for a year or 2. In 1950 and 51, we had the old gym completed. It was good for its day, but had 2 classrooms in it. We used for dressing rooms as well. Bathrooms were not very well. They were under the bleachers. So sometime before 1990, we put on the ballot to vote an issue to build a new gym. And 10 mills, we asked for 10 mills. And I think it passed 3-1. We started in 1990, I guess, first year that we used the new gym here, and it was so much better. It had a large lobby, nice dressing rooms, and good bleachers, and good lighting, and nice floor. So it was really a plus for the school to get this new building. The old gym was built out of material from Camp Robinson. Wasn't too good, but it served a purpose there for its 40 years. The people in this community always have supported the school clear back to the beginning, and ball games, the gym's always packed.
And we go sometimes with 6 players. I mean, a lot of times we'd go with just, that's all we had. For 4 years, we had a record of 110 wins and 20 losses. And in our 9th grade year, we went 20-0. We didn't lose a game our 9th grade year.
And then went to state in
Semifinal.
state quarterfinals, or no, it would have been semifinals.
Final 4, yeah, it was semifinals.
You were in the Final 4 as seniors, right?
So as you can see, this community really supports the school. It's one of the better ones in the whole state, I think, as far as I can tell.